Hey everybody, welcome and thank you for listening to this episode of Marriage Therapy Radio. My name is Zach Brittle. I'm here with Laura Heck. Okay, about 10 minutes ago, the NCAA basketball tournament ended and the Yukon Huskies won the national championship, which means my wife, my adorable wife who doesn't know anything at all about sports, won the Marriage Therapy Radio Bracket Challenge. So somebody's getting some crumble cookies. It's probably me. Thank you to all of you guys who played. You know, I can't explain it. I don't know. There's a life lesson in here somewhere about sticking to your beliefs or just betting on the underdogs. Or if you are from Connecticut, you bet on Connecticut. And that's where my wife's from. And she's the winner. And I have to congratulate her. And again, thank you for playing. This is one of those episodes I made just for my clients. Sometimes I have these little lectures that I give in my office. And sometimes my clients are like, hey, is that written down somewhere? Can you send us an email about that? And this is that email. This is an episode about 5 different kinds of conversations that you can have on purpose. We go through 4 of them very quickly and then detail 1 in particular. And again, clients who do this, they always report back that this is very helpful. And so I hope it'll be helpful to you. And if you are a client that is listening to the podcast for the first time because I told you to, you're welcome. Also, thank you. This is a very cool conversation. Stick around.
It's finally sunny out. But it is not going to last. Bend, Oregon is having a full-on crisis. Mm-hmm. It is, when this episode comes out, well, it's going to be April, like tomorrow or in 2 days. Yeah. And we're about to get another snowstorm. It has been the weirdest winter. And I can tell you, I put on, what do you call it? Where you tan your skin, the cream. I
don't know what you call that.
Yes, you do. You live in the world.
I don't live in that world.
It's the fake color for my skin. That was, everybody left today for spring break. My son is in spring break this week and everybody left and I'm alone with my child in Bend, Oregon with snow on the ground. And it's not even the fun snow. You can't take an 8-year-old that weighs 52 pounds up to the mountain to snow or ski and powder because he just sinks. Like he doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm grumpy. So
I should make this sound. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should.
I'll tell you what, man, I get you though. This is a weird thing. I've had a pretty rough week and I feel like I say that all the time, but then I just try to describe it to somebody. Yeah. And I'm like, it's not that bad.
No. Like, What I mean, I know the whole like first world problems, right? Yeah. Like my skin is pasty and the sun's not out. Though. So I have to put on cream to make it look like it's tan.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sorry about
that
for you.
Let's give it a little update, a training update.
Sure.
Because
your training. How's your training going?
Thank you so much for asking.
You're welcome.
Training. I am entering into next week will be peak week, which
all right. That sounds cool.
I don't really understand. I mean, I'm assuming I'm supposed to be peaking and then at some point I'll be tapering. I don't know how that goes, but I am crushing it. I'm just like,
oh, that's so cool.
It's interesting because you kind of have to keep your 3 domains. I only have 1 child, but I imagine this is what it's like to have 3 children is like you kind of have to be parenting all 3 of them equally. Mm-hmm. Well, you kind of have to parent 3 of your disciplines equally. So I'm crushing the runs. I'm running like a half marathon every weekend, which is really awesome. Mm-hmm. And FYI, I'm not running a full marathon. It's just that I have to be really confident in my run because it's the last discipline.
Yeah.
So psychologically, I'm excited for that. The biking is going awesome. I got my trainer all set up. I've been biking like an hour to 2 hours, probably 4 times a week, which is great. Nice. And getting good at that. Swimming is okay. I'm really going to rely on my swimsuit. For the buoyancy, my wetsuit provides buoyancy. I will pull my way through the water, but I'm hoping that the wetsuit just keeps me buoyant. Otherwise I will die.
Yeah. No, it will.
So I'm a month out. I have 8 weeks. 8 weeks until I have to perform.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And where is the actual race?
Victoria, British Columbia.
Oh, cool. So you're going to like come through here and say hi when on your way?
No. I'll honk the horn of the Sprinter van and I'll put
on I-5 at exit 175.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I'll see you the week before because we're going to be teaching together.
I know. We're about to go on a world tour. Maybe. Who knows?
Who knows what's happening? Yeah.
Where are we going the week before?
Joint Base Lewis McChord.
Oh, yeah. That's here. So you'll be here. And then
before that, we're going to go to Space Force.
Yeah, we're going to Space Force in Colorado.
Yeah. I'm really excited, you guys, because you don't know this about my friend, but Zach Brittle, he doesn't live in the world. Of suntan skin, like the cream. Yeah. What is I'm trying to say? Self-tanner.
No, I literally don't. Yeah.
You don't live in the world of self-tanner, and you also don't really care about your attire. And I told you that well, I like this that you're wearing right now. Yes, that's cool. Yeah. But he's been sending me pictures. Gotcha. You've been sending me pictures of like a blazer and your chinos, and like you're going to be on point, because I did say you have to be able to match what I'm wearing, and I'm wearing a suit. So get yourself pulled together.
We might need to send him more pictures. Although I found a store that is like my store. It's like my store. It's like my new store. I bought like, I think I bought, talk about first world problems. I think I bought like $2,000 worth of clothes in the last couple of weeks. Good and I'm going to return $1,750.
I was just going to say, I was like, I hope it's a big number. What's the store called?
I'm not saying. I don't want anybody else to know about it until they pay us money to advertise.
This episode has been brought to you by...
It's called Faherty, Faherty.
Okay, so you literally only bought like 3 things. That's why, because Faherty is expensive.
But it's really nice. Yeah. It's really nice. So, Rebecca is like, man, but here's the thing. I have this weird size. I'm like between sizes. And so whatever they do, whatever mold they created is like the in-between size that I need. Yeah. It like fits me. And I'm like, I'm wearing clothes that fit. This is amazing. Like that's crazy.
That's great.
Because mine are either like squeezing me out or just draping off of me. Yeah. So anyway, I like that store, but I'm excited for you and your race. Cause we go to JBLM and then it's the next weekend. I'll keep that in mind. I'll try to make it on my calendar.
Yeah. I have a couple of half marathons that I have paid to run in, and they're just training opportunities to be with like my team and all of that. But you know what? I have never done a triathlon ever. And I may not ever get out on my bike if it continues to snow like this. And so it'll just be me training indoors and never actually swimming in a lake, just in a pool. So we'll see. It's not looking good.
Okay. But remember what I said, like you have to know how to swim in a straight line in open water. You tell me you're practicing looking up.
I mean, sure.
Let's talk about that because it'll save you like minutes, many minutes.
I'll sight. I'll pull my head up out of the water. I'm going to have to probably flip over on my back like an otter anyway, just to breathe. So yeah, it might take me 2 hours to get out of the swim when it should take me 35 minutes, but who cares? I'm just in it to win it.
Okay. Hey friends, I just wanted to remind you about our upcoming 7 Principles workshops. You have 2 options. You can do it on a weekend. We have one coming up in the spring, a couple more coming up between now and the end of the year. Or Laura has her weekly workshop series that's going to go on. I think they're on Wednesday nights. We got some really great feedback from the folks that hung out with us last month. And I'll just let you hear from them directly, because while it was cool for me to hear from them about their experience, I think you would enjoy it too.
My husband and I took Zach and Laura's 7 Principles course a few weekends ago. And I just want to say that in those 9 hours, I was blown away by their authenticity and sharing, and also the way that they highlighted so many things that are important and that we're continuing to work on. I mean, one of the key lessons was telling your partner what you need. And we did a short exercise that really showed that incredibly well. They also taught us that people's love maps change over time. You know, you get married and you think this person is this way, and then 20 years later, you haven't taken the time to get to know them. So that was really impactful. And I think a surprise was just the way that Zach and Laura opened up to us, so we really felt like we were in the room with them, even though it was over Zoom. So thank you for an amazing course. I would highly recommend it to anybody. We live in Philadelphia, but couples came from all over, and it was a lot of fun to meet them too. So definitely recommend taking this course.
So again, it doesn't matter if you've been married for 30 years or engaged. The principles that you learn in the workshop will strengthen every relationship. Sign up for an upcoming workshop at marriagetherapyradio.com. Again, you can do a weekend intensive with Laura and I, or you can join Laura's weekly group that starts in April, and then that will run throughout the rest of the year as well. Okay, back to our very cool conversation.
Do we have anything important to talk about?
A little bit. I've I've been thinking about something specific. I did the ASL again this weekend, like the Art and Science of Love. So I was observing, and that always just occurs to me when I do that, like, oh yeah, I need to think about this differently. But simultaneously, remember when we interviewed Ryan Airy, who was like the professional nerd, and he talked to us about WandaVision and the X-Men and all that other stuff.
Oh, I think I blacked out during that episode, actually.
I'm watching all these Star Wars TV shows right now, and he comes on the internet and he tells you like, here's what you missed, and here's the secret clues, and here's the da-da-da. But he's actually really, really, really sharp. And he's telling me about things like that television series have things like bottle episodes or beach episodes. So like a beach episode in a standard series is when they kind of take the day off from going to the hospital. Like if you're watching Grey's Anatomy,
right?
And this one doesn't take place in the hospital. It takes place when they're on vacation and they're not telling a major story. They're just sort of resetting and regrouping people, and that's a trope in television. And then there's like a bottle episode, which is designed to kind of knock off a very specific sort of plot point and not necessarily connect to the whole thing because it's in a bottle. This episode is in a bottle.
I get it. Okay.
Right. So you've got like a bottle episode, you got a beach episode, you've got the very special episode of like, these are all tropes in television or in series. Okay. Right. So I'm like, today I want to do a bottle episode of Marriage Therapy Radio because I want to like self-contain a single thing from the ASL that we talk about a lot, but I just kind of want to get it out also because it's one of those I want to be like, listen to this episode, clients. This is what I just told you. So
and just scroll through to 9 minutes and you'll get to the good stuff.
Well, you just told them at 9 minutes to scroll through. Oh yeah. No, I would tell them. But it's that thing that we always talk about. I want to talk about the 5 conversations you have on purpose.
Okay.
And I want to talk specifically about the last one.
Oh, good. I would love to talk about that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can I just give you a little mini lecture like if you were just a client?
I'm going to just mute myself and kick back. I'm so glad I didn't need that second cup of coffee today. Go on.
Well, no. So here's the deal. When, and incidentally, our workshop, the 7 Principles workshop that you're doing weekly. And then we have a couple more dates on the calendar. There will be a lot more information about what I'm about to say in those episodes. So if you're like, hey, I really like what Zach had to say, let's do that. Or what Zach and Laura had to say for sure.
It was an interesting plug. So what you're saying is if this wets your whistle, we will be teaching this in depth.
You can go in depth and practice and kind of learn more about all this stuff.
I like that. Okay.
So here's the gig. When you take the ASL or you take the 7 Principles, we focus on conversation skills, communication skills. And I have a strong bias that communication goes awry. It gets problematic when we don't know what we're talking about or why we're talking about it. So people end up in a conversation and they think they're talking about, say, money. And she's talking about her anxiety, but he's talking about how to get through the end of the month in the black. Yeah. And those are 2 different conversations.
Totally.
So that conversation is going to go poorly. I've said a million times, for example, as well, I know I had a guarantee that I can ruin a conversation with Rebecca.
Right.
Do you remember? I wait till she gets in the shower.
That's right.
I go to the other room. I turn on the television, go to another room. Maybe I pour myself a stiff drink. And then I pull out the credit card bill and I go, hey, I want to talk to you about some charges I see on here. Like that conversation is going badly, period.
Yeah.
If I said, hey, after she gets out of the shower, I go, hey, can I get 10 minutes of your time later to talk about some unusual charges that I don't know about, I'm interested in. I'll even we'll do it after the kids go to bed. I'll bring a bottle of wine. It'll take 10 minutes. Don't worry about it. Okay. That's going to go a lot better because we've set it up for success. We know why we're having it. We know what it's about. She's not going to get surprised. Oh, that's like not rocket science, right?
Got it.
Okay. Yeah. So when we teach this, and I teach it in my office, that there are generally 5 types of conversations that you have on purpose. 4 of them are in relationship to each other. They kind of go like this. Number 1 is what's called the stress reducing conversation. The purpose of that conversation is to reduce stress. The rules of that conversation exist to help one another know, I got your back. I'm pro you. I'm on your side. I'm not trying to fix you or change you. I'm just here to handle you. That is a very specific type of conversation that when couples learn how to have it, they give themselves permission not to direct or correct or have like competition about whose stress is worse. I mean, I had a worse day. Oh, I had a worse day. Well, I didn't get any sleep last night. Well, I didn't get any sleep last. Okay, that's going badly. So we create the rules to help them do that. That conversation comes the next one you learn how to have. It's called aftermath of a fight. I love aftermath of a fight. It's a great tool. It is designed to look at an event or an incident in the relationship. Something that you can put on the calendar. This happened on a Tuesday night. This happened at the Christmas party. This happened when we went to, the lake last summer. And you process it in order to learn as much as you can and set yourself up for success in the future. It's designed to counteract the notion that I don't want to just rehash an argument. I don't want to rehash. Of course you don't want to rehash. Specifically, if one of you is going to win or one of you is going to lose the rehash, you want to learn something and put it to use. That's the second one you learn how to have. The third one you learn how to have is what we've called dreams within conflict. Dreams within conflict is not about an event. It's about an issue. The issue is something like you're an introvert, you're an extrovert. You're messy, you're neat. You're on time, you're late. You're from Maine, you're from Southern California. You like the Red Sox, you like the Cowboys. They don't even play the same sport. It's about this thing that's kind of inherent and ambient in the relationship. We're just trying to understand it. Those are the first three. And then the last one, I don't love this one. Honestly, it's called the art of compromise. I think there are better ways than the ways that we teach it, but it's really about saying, okay, now we have to make a decision. And decision making, particularly when there's difference, goes better when stress isn't high. I'm not thinking about the Christmas party and I understand your introversion. It's just a better process. So that's why those four are all built on top of each other. We group them together.
Say something? Because I want to make a case for the art of compromise.
Okay.
The reason why this is an effective tool is, number one, it's a blueprint. So a lot of people, like when it comes to problem solving, like right now, Ryan and I, first world problems, trying to figure out how we are going to get to Europe. Like, what is this going to look like? Is he going to fly out before us and then we're going to fly separately because he has to go to a wedding? Like, what is this going to look like? So we have all these different options, but the decision needs to be made. So the reason why I appreciate this is it gives a blueprint. It slows everything down. It says, hey, here's what I want you to do. I want for both of you to get really clear on what's most important to each of you. And for me, like I'm just going to get it out there and I'm going to just say, hey, here's what's most important to me. Finances. I do not want to spend a ton of money on this. We are like strapped for cash. We need to get out. We need to play. We need to have culture. All of that needs to occur, but money is what's most important to me. So if you can please just honor the fact that I need this to be budgeted and I need it to be the least amount of money as possible, then I will be willing to do just about anything. And I really appreciate it that it gives you the format of saying, start with what's most important, promise to honor each other's most important things, and then you can move forward. That's why I appreciate this. Yeah,
no, I think it's an important skill to have. I don't love the way that it's set up in the way we teach it, which is its own thing, except for there's a series of questions that are involved in this that are all about getting to yes. Because compromise sometimes looks like, well, what about?
Right.
I don't think, and I don't think, and we're in opposition. So how do we get to yes together? I do like that piece of it.
Yeah.
But my point is, those four are always like sort of bundled together. And then the fifth one, the one that I want to spend the time on today, it's called the State of the Union conversation. And the thing that's important about this one is when I recommend this to couples and they do it, I almost always hear them come back and go, that was really helpful. That's the best thing you've ever told us, Zach. Or that really was that really changed the way that we talk to each other. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to let the world know about that vis-a-vis the bottle episode of Marriage Therapy Radio. Deep breath. Because that was a lot. I just talked straight for 6 minutes.
Yeah. You're practicing for when we go on the road. I love it. Oh, geez.
State of the Union episode. Do you teach it? What do you do? Do you bring it to couples? Like, what's the deal?
I should teach it more. I teach about ritual a lot. And that's what this is is creating a weekly ritual for couples. Yeah.
That's a really, really good differentiation from the last four. The last four are like kind of as needed sorts of things. I think
the stress reducing conversation is intended to be a ritual, like a nightly ritual, but the State of the Union, I should teach it more. And I actually have couples create their own State of the Union because I want them to have ownership over it. I give them the format of like, here are the things that if I was doing it with my partner, I would cover these topics. So one way that I might say is like, what's most important for you to be keeping tabs on as a couple, to be moving the needle, to check in with one another.
Yeah.
And, one partner might say, I really, really need my partner to be checking in on me on just like me taking care of me.
On my training.
Okay.
I need you to be interested in my training.
Yeah, absolutely. Or like, am I, prioritizing myself and myself? Like, did I get out with my girlfriends? Did I, whatever that might be. And then my partner might say, I need you to check in on me on how I'm doing with our physical life together, like our physical intimacy. And so I have couples sort of create this check-in on a weekly basis, but it's tailored to their specific needs.
Yeah.
So
I call that investment advice. Like, well, in this way, if you said to me, your friend, hey, Zach, if you want to like build up the friendship points, it's going to be really important to me that you check in with me about my training. And then I'd be like, because I could be like, hey man, how's your piano lessons going? And you'd be like, wah, wah, wah. Zach never asked me about my training. But if I'm like, hey, I remembered. And by the way, how's your training going? Tell me, you did it. Then I get that's good investment advice for me.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I love that. I love thinking about it as a ritual. And I always tell couples, I used to tell them to have it on Sunday night, but now I was like, let's try Sunday morning. By Sunday night, you're tired. You're already looking at the next of the week. So let's do it on Sunday morning. Wake up slow. You're no hurry. And just give yourselves, the prescription is an hour. Doesn't have to take an hour. It can take less than an hour, but should not take more than an hour. And there are 4 parts. So this is a meeting you're going to have on Sunday morning. There's 4 parts, maximum of 1 hour.
Okay.
Part number 1 is, what did we get right last week?
I love that.
So we're going to sit there and we're going to reflect on the things that we did really well. We threw a great party. I'm really proud of the way we parented. We got out and ran together. Like that was really, I'm proud of us for doing that. And just reflecting on like the good mojo. We're good at this.
Okay.
We're good
What's
at this.
The purpose of that? Why are you starting off with reflecting on what we did well? And I noticed that you said we as opposed to what I did well, because I'll toot my horn all day long, but it's harder for me to think about what we as a couple did well.
Let me say part 2 and then I'll answer your question. Okay. Part 2 is I want to specifically call out, celebrate, thank, praise, lift you up, my partner. So
you're going to do that for me? Yeah.
So like part number 1 is, what did we get right last week? Okay. We just did that, and then part number 2 is, hey, by the way, Laura, I saw you hustling on your bike. Like that was really cool. And also really great the way that you parented Holden in that one, like really sketchy setting. And also the lasagna you made was like on point. Nice job. Like just really like, I want you to know that I saw you. I see you. I praise you. I'm grateful for you. You're good at this.
Okay.
You're good at this. And I want you to know that I think that you're good at this.
Got it. You don't even need to answer the question now. I get it.
Well, 4-part meeting, right? 4-part meeting. The first half, 2 of the 4 parts are exclusively positive. We are just filling up the emotional bank account. We are just saying, hey, we're putting equity in the tank. We're leveraging our investment advice, and we are reminding each other that there is a lot of good here in this space, in this place.
Okay. Pause for a second, because I want to talk about why this is so powerful.
Yeah.
I know that at the end of the week, I'm going to have to come to this meeting and I'm going to have to reflect on all the positive things that we got right. And then I'm going to have to toot your horn. And last week you had 9 examples of how great I am. So I'm going to need to have 10 examples of how great you are. Just in my mind, that's how I'm thinking. I'm going to be so much more aware of the positive things that are happening in our lives all throughout the week, because I subconsciously, I know that this is coming. So I love having this ritual at the end of the week where you are about to fire hose your partner with so much positivity that I'm in preparation mode.
The only thing I would say is obviously it's not a contest.
No,
it's not a contest to see who can out, but sure, if you're going to have a contest, let's see who can have an out compliment the other one contest instead of an out beef, air your beef with the other one contest. What you don't want is to set up a situation where it's like, well, I gave you 9 things and you only gave me 2 things. So the first half has to be in a spirit of like generosity, creativity, fun. Like, what did we do? Let's pat ourselves on the back. Let's pump ourselves up. Let's pump each other up, because I am more and more and more convinced that the secret to a healthy relationship is protecting the ambient tone of the relationship, like just
It's word of
like
the day today.
Just the regular daily experience of being near you is positive because that changes everything.
Okay.
So we've done this meeting. We've done half of it. It's positive. By the way, I thought you were going to say this, which is also true, is if I have a weekly family meeting set up and the weekly family meeting is designed to solve problems and air grievances, I'm not showing up to that meeting. I'm staying in bed.
Yeah.
Sunday morning, I forgot. Or, sorry, my running group is going, like, bummer. Like, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
But if I'm like, okay, here we go. Like, I'm getting my kudos.
Yeah.
So really want to emphasize that as like an important first half of this meeting. Part 3 is the part where you kind of air the issue. Like, what's the elephant in the room? Is there an issue that we need to revisit? Is there a repair that needs to be made? Is there an apology that needs to be made? Because there's just something that's lingering that's not quite working. Now, there are a few things about this. Number 1, if I get to part 3 and my bank account is really, really full because of part 1 and part 2,
right?
I'm not going to be as defensive as I might otherwise be. Period. Number 2, if something happens on a Tuesday and it bugs me, but I know for sure that I get to talk about it on Sunday, I might forget about it by Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay.
But if something happens on a Tuesday and I don't know when I'm going to get to talk about it or what it's going to, I'll hang on to it forever, maybe years.
Yeah.
Because we never talked about it. And so I think having a spot in your regular flow, a ritual where you can connect the dots around something that's negative or that needs repair, let's do it on Sunday morning after we've filled one another up. Like, I just think it's a no-brainer.
What I really love about this too is that it's, I have a lot of conflict avoidant couples in my practice right now where conflict is just not a safe place. No matter, it just has never been a safe place. And what I appreciate is having a time when we are going to be able to talk about a missed bid for connection, or I'm going to be able to talk about the fact that you didn't touch me at all this week. And that made me really sad. And I felt lonely. And if I know that that's going to happen on Sunday morning, I'm going to be mentally preparing all week long if I'm conflict avoidant. If you're Laura Heck, you just open your mouth and it all just spews out. So, but a lot of people are not Laura Heck, and it takes time to process feelings, to be able to pump yourself up sort of internally and say, you need to talk about this with your partner. It is a safe place that they have created for you. They are interested in making a difference. They want to hear what's going on so they can make it better. And I really appreciate having that time and space set so that there's no surprises. So
plot twist. This is a way that I teach this too, which is kind of to your point. Like, I think that part 3 goes better if you show up like ready and willing to be the repairer, not the complaint bringer. But if I'm the one, if I know you well enough, because I know your love languages, and I know our relationship, and I know that physical touch is important to you, and I know that I missed bids to connect with you, part 3 goes best if I go, hey, Laura, I know that I missed a couple bids this week. I know that you were reaching out to me and I dropped the ball, and I'm really sorry about that.
Yeah.
That is going to go better for us than if you go, well, Ryan, you didn't do this thing again. Like, I think we need to be on the having primed the pump to say, I know I dropped the ball. Did I miss anything? Do I need to correct anything? Do I need to repair? Not, okay, now I've got my list. Yeah. On Thursday you did this, and on Tuesday you did this.
I'm ready to take it.
So I think it's, again, it's the ambient tone of getting to part 3. It's not the time when you unload it. It's the time when you like come with generosity and creativity and say, Can I take the lead here in trying to fix the thing that's broken? I invite clients to that all the time because I think it's just, again, setting yourselves up for success in advance.
It's interesting because I think what you're doing is you're saying in this conversation, I want you to come with the spirit of out thanking your partner, out appreciating your partner, out just praising your partner. And I also want you to come ready to out repair your partner. It's
Totally.
like if you want to have a competition with one another,
Yeah.
or outdo your partner, those are the ways in which I want you to be in the mindset prepared for this conversation.
Well,
which, by the way, is why I appreciate this, is that it is preparedness. You're not just, you said this is one of the 5 conversations that we have on purpose. We put it on the calendar and we know the purpose of what we are doing and how it goes, the blueprint of how it rolls out. Love that.
I'll say this too, like, sometimes I'll role model this in my head. I'll be like, what if you got into this kind of conversation? We'll just go, hey babe, I'm really sorry I'm late. I know it's important for you to be on time. And you go, oh my gosh, no, I'm sorry that I didn't call you and give you a heads up that we needed to leave the house as fast as we did. Well, of course you didn't, because you were so caught up, like getting everything ready to go and making dinner and handling, like, I'm sorry that I wasn't more helpful. Well, of course you weren't more helpful. You had to work, like, where does that end?
I don't know, but I hear that and it makes me want to vomit, because it only happens in sitcoms, what you just played out. Like it's just, it's not going to keep going, but you might have that type of conversation where, you go back and forth maybe once or twice and that's about it. But I mean, I'm like, in the real world, how often do people really talk like that though? Not
often enough, because I think, again, if we tried to sort of acquiesce more, what you do is you do run out of steam. You go, oh, well, I'm glad we're doing it together. Or thanks. Really appreciate it. Okay, cool. Let's do the next thing. If you go the opposite direction, well, babe, you were late again. Why were you late? Well, because I had to do this other thing. Well, but I was doing this other thing. And then how does that end? It ends It ends in the ground. We're stomping it down. We're twisting it. And it's just no good. And I think that's where I'm like, if you're going to have a contest, have the contest to see how you can elevate the conversation, not drive it into the ground. Right. Because you got a lot farther to go above you than you do below you, know?
Oh, wow. I like that.
And then we park that. And incidentally, one of the things you may need to do in that third part is aftermath of a fight, which you just learned about in the workshop or whatever. And then we get to part 4, and part 4 is pretty simple. It's, hey, what's coming up this week? How do I love you? Like, what do you need from me this week, this next 7 days? How can I show up for you? Yeah. Oh, well, I actually got a really long run on Saturday. I'm going to be exhausted. It would be great if you took care of the kid. And also, like, I would love some lasagna, like, then he knows that's investment advice. This is how I'm going to tee you up. Yeah. Or I've got I've got a meeting on Thursday night. I'm going to be a bear on Wednesday all day preparing. I'll probably just cut me some slack on Wednesday. Like, that would be really helpful. Yeah. Oh, now we know. I taught this to a couple once, and this gal, Tammy, she said, it was her turn. And she goes, okay, what I need from you is that you change your entire personality so you don't upset me in any way for the next 7 days. And I was like, that's not how it works. This is the time to be as specific as possible about what's coming up that you need.
And then what I would do with couples is, this is all well and fine when in conversation, when you're talking and your partner gives you a really specific thing and they say, hey, Saturday I have this long run. I really blah, blah, blah. And this is what I need from you. What do you do then to remember it? I mean, that's the piece that I find
remembering is a big part of it.
Oh my gosh. I cannot tell you how many, what we're doing is trust building. It's great that you showed up to this conversation, but your partner just gave you an action item. Yeah. And you need to find a way to be able to take that action item and actually make it come to fruition. Otherwise, you are losing trust in that relationship. So if you come and you have your calendar in front of you, you put it in your Google Map, you set a reminder, Google Map, in your Google Calendar, whatever it is, like, remind yourself to do the thing that your partner asked for so that you can actually continue to build trust.
Totally. And of course, the way that ultimately will play is, now it's next Sunday. What did we get right last week? Oh, we really handled that bear of a meeting really well. Or like, we crushed Saturday with the long run and And your lasagna was amazing. And thank you so much for cutting me slack and now we're just building. I'll go like this with my fingers, where I'll make a little chain with my fingers and say, now you're building a chain around the relationship to protect it. You're linking week over week. This is the thing that we're doing, that we're flowing. Yeah. And that is something that is designed to protect the relationship from external stress, preserve the ambient energy inside of this situation, and really set you up for success when things really do get hard.
Yeah. I'm pulling my phone out because I'm looking up ambient. The way that you're using it today, I'm like, I don't know if I love that ambient.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Can you explain when you say ambient energy?
I mean, just like so ambient noise is just the present noise. It's just the noise that's present in your in your world. It's the dog that barks. It's the air conditioner that runs. It's the TV that maybe is on, or the music that you play in your house, but not too loud. It's just the tone. It's the setting. And if the ambient tone is one of positivity and health and just peace and gentleness, overall, it changes every single thing.
Okay.
If the ambient tone is harsher or more stressed out or just, disconnected, then little things are going to set you off. And that is, I just think when people talk to me, come in and they go, oh, he always does this. And I'm like, cool. But if he always did that in the context of friendship and care and playfulness, you wouldn't care. But if he always does this in the context of like defensiveness and protectiveness and, again, stress, it's going to be, it has that much more power. So I'm like, how do we get behind the event or the incident? So I don't know. I feel like I really just wanted to download that. I've been wanting to do it for a while. I was reminded after this weekend. I feel like maybe it is a good commercial for like, if you want to learn about stress reduction or aftermath or dreams within or compromise, like we can do that in a more formal setting. But for now, here's a tool that I can tell you that when couples use it, they report that it's very, very helpful to them.
I will add my 2 cents, which is it's a great tool, but I think you can augment it. So as you're listening to this, you're like, okay, there's 4 parts, right? I've got these 4 parts, but what is it going? Let's see here. Number 1, like how are we going to make it successful in our relationship? So I'm gung ho because I'm listening to this podcast. I love everything that Zach and Laura talk about. I read all the books, so I know I'm down to have the State of the Union conversation. How do I get my partner into it? So I'm always like, dangle a carrot. What is going to loop your partner in? Why are they going to buy in to having this conversation? And like what you said is, if the carrot that you're dangling is, hey, come have this conversation with me. We can share a glass of wine by the fire. Oh, I like sitting by the fire with a glass of wine. That sounds nice. And you want to talk? Great. So make it something that you enjoy. If you enjoy going for walks through the woods, then every Sunday morning, go through a walk through the woods with your dogs and have this conversation. So that's one piece. The other one is, what is the thing in your relationship that you're really trying to track? Because this is a great space for you to be able to say, we need to move the needle when it comes to our finances. So can we have a financial conversation that just, touches base on how did we do last week when it came to our finances? How are we doing next week? How can we continue to protect our relationship and our goals around finances? So if there's something specific that you're chasing, I would say you can add that into this conversation. Totally. And the other piece is, cut it off at an hour. And if an hour is too long for you, if your partner is like snoring and rolling their eyes and frothing at the mouth after an hour, then say, let's just do it for 30 minutes and that's good enough. So those are my tips. I think too, if you understand the spirit of it, you can do it in 5 minutes. Yeah. Like if you understand kind of the heart of what it is, then you can do it very, very quickly, because it's about loading up the emotional bank account, repairing, and setting yourselves up for what's coming down the pike. Like you don't have to drag that out. But I think if you're going to drag any of it out, drag the first half out. I agree. I mean, why not? I agree. I have a couple, they're Jewish, and they have this meeting on Fridays, and they call it their Shabbat trot. They go on a walk and they have it on their Shabbat trot. I love that. You can put it anywhere you want. Yeah. Okay. Well, this was great. And we can recommend this episode to folks if they're like, oh man, I'm just like really wanting to figure out something that we can do to connect on a weekly basis. Yeah. And what's funny is, I work with my Utah clients. They have, and I think it's called like the marriage meeting, where it's sort of built into their faith structure, the LDS church, is to have this like meeting between partners on a weekly basis. And so introducing this concept into it's really neat, because it's like, they've already got that built into their faith structure. So, well, I think it's back to what we said at the top. Conversation goes better when we know what we're talking about and why. Yeah. Are we talking about stress reduction? That means we're not solving any problems. Right. Are we talking about repair? That means we're not arguing. Are we talking about, just reviewing and setting up? Then let's do that on purpose. Like, I think all of that just changes the nature and makes it more efficient. So, all right. Thanks for letting me vent about that, because I needed to get it out of my body. To get it out. Yeah. I like it. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know what's happening next week. you know what? Probably going to be running around in the snow with very tan skin. That's what I'm going to be doing.
Good for you. Yeah.
All right. I hit all the 3 things: running, snow, tan skin.
There you go.
Okay. Well, let's land this plane. Adios.
See ya.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Marriage Therapy Radio. So Zach did a sweet little thing. He actually offered up and said, if you're interested in knowing more about this, we cover all of this in the workshop. That's very true. We cover all of those conversations in our 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work workshop. We have one coming up. It's on May 12th and 13th. So May 12th is a Friday. We'll be seeing you on a Friday evening for a few hours. And then you can go, and it kind of feels like a little bit like a date. We're really kind of building up that friendship, that emotional bank account on Friday evening. And then most of the day on Saturday, we're going to be digging into a lot of the communication and a lot of the conflict management, as well as thinking about your future and how you can align specifically around your goals and your roles in your partnership. So we would love for you to join us. We have limited space available for our couples for that weekend intensive. It's on May 12th and 13th. You can find information on it by going to marriagetherapyradio.com, and you'll see it right there on the right-hand side of our page. Thanks for all of your time and attention, making your relationship better today than it was yesterday.